The new Dell Inspiron 3501 promises impressive performance in an affordable package. But does this budget laptop real deliver? Stay tuned as we put the Inspiron 3501 through its paces in this fuel review. Finding a capable daily driver that won't break the bank can be tricky. Powerful flagship laptops boast impressive specs, but cost an arm and a leg. And entry-level machines often compromise too much, leaving you frustrated. What if you could get robust productivity power at a palatable price? Enter Dell's Inspiron 3501. This understated workhorse packs Intel's new 11th generation Core i3 CPU into a practical design, starting at just $379. That sounds too good to be true. Is the Inspiron 3501 too compromised to satisfy? Or do budget buyers finally have a machine that pulls no punches? I took Dell's refreshed Inspiron for an in-depth spin to find out. In this video, we'll unpack whether this affordable workhorse has what it takes through benchmarks, real-world use case testing, and an examination of hardware and software. Let's kick things off with a tour of the Inspiron 3501's straightforward but practical aesthetics. Dell sticks to a traditional laptop form factor with the Inspiron series, and I appreciate the clean, no-frill S-design of the cool platinum exterior on my review unit. The plastic lid and chassis lack flair, but feel reassuringly rigid. And at just 3.82 pounds, the Inspiron 3501 makes for an effortless on-the-go companion. At 14 inches, the anti-glare IPS display hits a versatility sweet spot, fitting easily into backpacks while leaving ample room for multitasking. The full HD 1920 x 1080 resolution renders web pages, documents, and media with satisfying clarity and crispness. Colors seem slightly muted out of the box, but a quick trip through Windows display calibration helps liven up the picture. Vertical viewing angles impress as well, thanks to the IPS panel, meaning less distortion when viewing the screen off-center. The Inspiron exercises restraint with I/O, but includes essentials like USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A and Type C ports, an HDMI output, and an SD card reader. I do wish Dell left room for a USB-A port on both sides, though, for added flexibility. Connectivity capabilities prove solid, with speedy Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.0 handling wireless duties. So the Inspiron 3501's design checks all the boxes thus far, delivering a practical portable package. But this laptop's true test lies under the hood. How does that 11th generation Core i3 processor hold up? Let's run some benchmarks to quantify performance. Kicking things off with Geekbench 5, a test of overall system performance, the Inspiron 3501's Core i3-1115G4 CPU scores 1,204 in single-core and 3,925 in multi-core. Those numbers surpass equivalent 10th generation Core i3 models, speaking to the performance uplift of the newer 11th gen silicon. Though unsurprisingly, more premium chips like the Ryzen 5 4600U and the HP NVX 36015 still maintain a commanding lead. The Inspiron shines brightest in real-world productivity, juggling dozens of Edge tabs, Slack and Telegram groups, Spotify streaming lossless audio, and more. I never witnessed any hitches or slowdowns. The Inspiron handles serious multitasking admirably thanks to its 8 GB of RAM. Even previewing massive 100+ megabyte images in Affinity Photo caused no issues. What about the Inspiron storage? Booting Windows and launching programs feel swift courtesy of the included 256 GB NVMe solid-state drive. And read and write speeds impress as well. Based on Crystal Diskmark testing, we see sequential reads at 2.2 GB per s and writes at 1.3 GB per s that outmuscles many pricier laptops. The SSD may be small, but proves mighty. Integrated graphics rarely deliver smooth gaming, but Intel's newer Xe graphics boast improved capabilities for casual gaming. Testing 6 graphical demanding titles shows the Inspiron 3501's middling gaming chops. Less intensive games like Counter-Strike, Global Offensive and Stardew Valley run well at high settings, but expect frequent stuttering and sub-30 FPS performance in AAA titles like Shadow of the Tomb Raider. You want to dial back quality for playable frame rates. Light gaming seems feasible, but serious gamers need discrete graphics. Stellar productivity power and surging benchmarks are great. But how does the Inspiron 3501 handle prolonged real-world use? Surprisingly well, thanks to its cooling design. The intake vent stretches across the laptop's back edge, while the exhaust blows from 2 vents along the left side. I never felt any uncomfortable heat buildup in my lap, even after a full day's work. Dell's Intel Igent thermal solution optimizes airflow and adjusts fan speeds dynamical Y based on workload. It works wonders here, keeping temps in check. Speaking of fan noise, the Inspiron 3501 Scroll S almost silently through lighter loads like web browsing and YouTube streaming. Heavy multitasking sees the fans spool up, but they remain unobtrusive, fading comfortably into background noise. Noise levels shouldn't disturb most use cases. The Inspiron puts up impressive numbers, but longevity matters too for an on-the-go workhorse. And unfortunately, battery life proves underwhelming. Streaming YouTube with 70% brightness, the Inspiron died just past the 4.5-hour mark. You may squeeze out a full workday with careful power management. But all-day endurance general WUI necessitates staying plugged in, limiting mobility. Charging times make up for it though, thanks to Express Charge Boost technology. I regained over 35% battery in just 20 minutes when critical Y low. Still, I hoped for better battery optimization. Software plays a pivotal role in the user experience too. The Inspiron 3501 ships with Windows 10 Home in S mode, a lockdown OS version restricted to apps from the Microsoft Store. This boosts security and system integrity, but the limitations frustrated my workflow relying on legacy Win32 apps. Thankful Y switching out of S mode is painless, instantly lifting restrictions after a quick reboot. From there, I had free reign to install any Windows apps seamlessly. Dell pre-install its proprietary software as well for controlling thermals, Intel Igently optimizing battery health, and automatical Y applying system updates. These utilities prove unobtrusive and should help maintain long-term ownership satisfaction. Some irritating bloatware like McAfee make an appearance, but uninstalling them takes just a few clicks. Overall, Dell strikes a reasonable software balance. So where does that leave us with the Inspiron 3501? Dell managed to check nearly every box with this budget-friendly portable. The inspired industrial design offers surprising refinement for a sub-$400 machine. Performance stays smooth and snappy through serious productivity workloads, thanks to the 11th Gen Intel Silicon and ample RAM. Even gaming and content creation seem viable in lighter doses, and niceties like the gorgeous display, speedy SSD, and Wi-Fi 6 support go beyond baseline expectations. But lackluster battery life dents its on-the-go capabilities, and the tiny SSD necessitates external storage for large productivity projects. But factoring in the reasonable price tag helps forgive those shortcomings. If your daily workflow sticks to web browsing, documents editing, and media consumption, the Inspiron 3501 promises close to premium capabilities at a palatable price. Just bring your charger along for anything longer than a half day away from an outlet. For budget-focused buyers needing robust productivity power above all else, Dell's Inspiron 3501 makes your $R go further than ever. So there you have it, an in-depth breakdown of Dell's affordably priced Inspiron 3501 laptop. Have you given any thought to picking up a budget productivity machine? Or do flagship features still capture your attention despite their lofty prices? Let's talk it out in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for even more in-depth tech reviews and analysis. Thanks so much for watching.